time to get out your pad and pencil, cause it's time for the GOAT of soccer picks. Here he is, your host, Tijuana Raph.
What's up, everybody? Special night, Thursday night. Thank you for joining me on this episode of On the Pitch with TJ Picks. I'm your host, TJ Raph. I want to welcome everybody to this episode. If you're watching it live, thank you. If you're watching a recorded version of this episode, thank you too. Share with your friends, guys. We got a lot of great information in here. Podcast leans. We give you a ton of free plays. Free Telegram, guys. We got a free Telegram hitting over 75% plus right now, maybe even higher. We're on a 75% hit rate in the free Telegram. You could click the link there, take a screenshot, get in on the free Telegram. We got a barcode that's up right there on the screen that gets you directly in. So don't miss out on the next free play, guys. I usually give at least one free play a day. Sometimes I give out 5, 6, 7 free plays a day. If you join the free Telegram, you're going to get some free winners. If you want the plays where I'm going to give the biggest bets on, that's my VIP. You got to get in on the VIP. The next barcode is for the VIP. If you want to get in directly to the VIP, guys, take a screenshot, take a look. That's the winnable link that gets you in to purchase the December VIP and any possible VIP promos that I may have. Hit me up directly, guys, if you want to get in on the VIP. We also, guys, have the podcast, guys. We have the podcast here every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific time, Tijuana time. You guys are watching it right now on a special night tonight, Thursday night. We got a lot of action this week. We got a big game in the MLS, a big final game. I'm going to get to that one at the end. We have a big matchup going on in the MLS final, the Cup. Who will take the Cup? We will find out in a minute. Guys, we're hitting 75% plus right now in December in the VIP. The free plays are smacking as well. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into the soccer action for Friday. We're going to start off in the Australian Soccer League. Australian A-League kicks off tonight at 12:35. 12:35. I have a special VIP play for that game. If you're in the VIP, you're going to get some information on that game. I probably already have sent the play out, but I will give you guys a lean for that game, guys. We have MacArthur FC at home taking on Melbourne Victory. This is going to be at 12:35 tonight, Thursday night, early Friday morning. This is like the first game of Friday. It's at 12:35 a.m. Pacific time, midnight, as we'd like to say over here on the west side. Standings right now, MacArthur's in 9th place. They have 4 goals in 6 games. They've only scored 4 goals. They've conceded 7, so they have a decent defense as well. Melbourne Victory, guys, they're in last place. They have 4 goals. They've conceded 11. The last time these two teams faced off against each other was a Melbourne Victory, 2-1. It was at MacArthur. Prior to that, Melbourne Victory beat them 2-1 again. So it's 2-1 wins for Melbourne Victory. 1 at home, 1 on the road. You know what, guys? I kind of like MacArthur here, but the lines are telling me that we're going to have a boat to score. We may not see a ton of goals. We might see a 1-1. So we're going to go with the boat to score, MacArthur and Melbourne Victory. If you were to ask me to pick a winner, I think that MacArthur actually might take a win here. They haven't beat Melbourne Victory in a long time, but they are at home. They're playing better defensively. Neither team is scoring a lot of goals. So I give the edge to MacArthur as a lean to win, but the main lean here for the game is boat to score. Give me boat to score, MacArthur versus Melbourne Victory. Game number 2, Australian Soccer League at 2:45 a.m. early Friday, just a couple hours after the MacArthur, 1 hour after the MacArthur game ends. We get another game, Perth Glory at home taking on Western Sydney Wanderers. Perth Glory is at plus 199. Western Sydney Wanderers plus 119 on the road. Current standings here, Western Sydney Wanderers, 8th place, 6 goals scored, 7 conceded. They've scored at least 1 goal a game and given up about 1 goal a game. Perth Glory, 6 goals scored, 10 goals conceded. They've only scored about 1 goal a game. Last time these two teams faced off against each other, Western Sydney Wanderers won 4-1. We've seen a both to score head-to-head, 4 out of 5. 4 out of the last 5 games. Perth Glory did win their last game 2-0 versus MacArthur. Perth Glory did beat Newcastle Jets as well. They're coming off with 2 wins in a row. Western Sydney Wanderers did win 1-0 versus Sydney. They also did beat Central Coast, so they're coming off of 2 wins as well. And they've scored in at least 4 out of the last 5 games. You know what, guys? I got to go with another boat to score here. Give me boat to score in Perth Glory versus Western Sydney Wanderers. The next game, Friday night, Auckland at home taking on Wellington Phoenix. The last time these two teams faced off against each other was a 2-1 win to Auckland. And prior to that, Auckland took down Wellington Phoenix 6-1. Current standings here, Wellington Phoenix is in 6th place. After 6 games, 8 goals scored, 8 goals conceded. Auckland is in 3rd place, 7 goals scored, only 5 conceded. Low-scoring games here for these guys. Auckland, Wellington, Phoenix, guys. I got to go with another boat to score here. Give me a boat to score. And the next game, Newcastle Jets versus Melbourne City. Last game for Friday night, Melbourne City, 8 goals scored, 5 goals conceded. Newcastle Jets, though, guys, 11 goals scored, 15 conceded, and they're at home. When I see numbers like this, I like to go for an over. Even though, guys, the last 5 games head-to-head between these two teams have gone under 2.5 goals. Based on how these guys are playing, Melbourne City did draw 0-0 in their last game. I am going to go against the trends and say we're going to get over 2.5 goals in Newcastle Jets versus Melbourne City. That'll do it for the Australian Soccer League for Friday. Moving on to La Liga Spain, we have one game on Friday, and that's Real Oviedo versus Mallorca. Current standings here. Mallorca is in 16th place. After 14 games, they've scored 15, conceded 22. Real Oviedo, guys, they're the bottom of the barrel. They just came up this year, and they're at the last place. They need to really get some wins. They have 7 goals in 14 games. They're only scored in half the games. They've conceded 22 goals. Mallorca has 15 goals, has conceded 22. The last head-to-head saw these guys go 0-0. Real Oviedo, though, only lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. Prior to that, they had a 0-0 draw to Rayo Vallecano. Mallorca had a 2-2 draw versus Osasuna in their last league game play. They also did lose to Villarreal 2-1. This is a tricky one here, guys. But I am, the team that should be favored, Mallorca, is at plus 193. Real Oviedo is at plus 165. You know what, guys? I got to go. I wanted to take Mallorca money line, but the line is telling me to go both to score, guys. Mallorca has given up 22 goals. Real Oviedo is last place, but they are at home. So I'm going to go with a both to score Real Oviedo versus Mallorca here. Next game, guys, Bundesliga for Friday. Bundesliga on Friday, guys, has been shady. It is known as Freaky Friday. Anytime I see a Bundesliga game, and, I usually like the Bundesliga games, but what we've seen recently on Fridays for the Bundesliga, let me just recap. Last Friday, we saw a 0-0, guys, on Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Leipzig. That was a 0-0 last Friday. That's what I'm talking about, guys. When you think about Fridays and soccer and the Bundesliga. And then the Friday before that was the Bundesliga game. Let me just find it here. Bundesliga game for Friday, I believe, was another under, and that was on November 21, and that was Mainz versus Hoffenheim, guys. That was 1-1. So that was 2 Fridays in a row where we've seen a under. Let me just go 3 weeks back on a Friday. I think that was our international break. Let me go 4 weeks back. Let me go 4 weeks back on November Friday to see what the Bundesliga game was there. That was actually a 2-1 win. I think it was barely over, but we've seen last 2 weeks go under when it comes to the Bundesliga games. Tomorrow we have Mainz at home. Mainz is plus 148. Borussia Mönchengladbach is plus 168. Borussia Mönchengladbach is in 12th place, 16 goals scored, 19 conceded. Mainz all the way at the bottom. Mainz has only scored 11 goals in 12 games, but they've conceded 23. Gladbach is in 12th place. Last time these two teams faced off against each other, Mainz did win 3-1. Mainz last game, they lost 4-0 to Freiburg. Prior to that, they tied 1-1 with Hoffenheim. If you combine their Conference League games, Mainz has lost 3 out of the last 5, 1 draw, 1 win. Borussia Mönchengladbach has won 3 out of the last 5. Last game, they did tie Leipzig 0-0. You know what, guys? I'm going to go with another boat to score here. I'm not going to go with the over goals. Might stay away from this game when it comes to the VIP. But I'm going to go both to score Mainz versus Gladbach. Next league, final league for Friday, we're going to go with the French league, guys. We have 2 games in the French league. Brest at home taking on Monaco. Monaco is in 7th place, 14 games. They have 26 goals scored, 25 conceded. Brest is in 11th place, 19 goals scored, 24 conceded. So they're scoring a couple goals here and there. 3 out of the last 5 head-to-head between these two teams have seen it both to score. Brest in their last game won 2-1. Prior to that, they won 3-2. Monaco did beat PSG in their last game, but it was a 1-0 win. Prior to that, they did have 3 overs in a row. I like goals here, guys. Give me the over goals in Brest versus Monaco. Give me the both to score as well. Next game, final game for Friday in the French League, Lille versus Marseille. Lille's at plus 138. Marseille plus 178. Marseille this is the battle of the number 3 and the number 4. Marseille's 14 games have scored 35, guys. Marseille is our top scoring team in the French league, guys. They have scored more goals than PSG. They have 35 goals in 14 games. They've conceded 14 goals, so they've conceded at least 1 goal a game. Lille has scored 28 goals in 14 games. They're our second highest scoring team. We got the first highest scoring team versus the second. PSG is third this year, guys. PSG is not the same PSG that we saw last season. PSG is in second place, though. Both of these teams are below PSG, so they both want to get a game here, guys. Give me goals, guys. Give me goals here. I'm liking the French league tomorrow for goals. Marseille, Lille, give me over 2.5 goals. All right, guys. Saturday, December 6th, we're going to go to the Australian Soccer League. We have 1 game late night, Saturday night, Central Coast Mariners versus Sydney FC. Sydney FC is in first place, 12 goals scored, 4 conceded. Central Coast Mariners, 7 goals scored, 8 conceded. Last head-to-head saw Sydney win 2-0. Central Coast Mariners haven't been doing too well. Sydney FC did lose their last game versus the Wanderers after winning 4 in a row. I think, you know what, guys? Sydney's going to get back to winning. Give me Sydney money line. Sydney FC money line at minus 140 for the Australian Soccer League on Saturday. Now we will move on to the Premier League. Premier League for Saturday takes us to Aston Villa. Aston Villa at home, taking on the powerful Arsenal, guys. This is number 1 versus number 3. Aston Villa is playing very well right now as well. They're in third place. Arsenal, first place, 27 goals scored, only 7 conceded. They're conceding less than half a goal a game. They've only conceded 7 goals in 14 matches. Best defensive team in the Premier League. But you know what, guys? The Premier League is one of those leagues where anybody could beat anybody at any given time. You can't count. Probably one of the most competitive leagues out there in European soccer. Last head-to-head saw these two teams go 2-2. Aston Villa did beat Brighton 4-3 in their last game. Prior to that, they beat Wolves 1-0. Aston Villa have won 5 in a row. Arsenal have won 3 and had 2 draws, guys. They haven't lost. Aston Villa is at home. You know what, guys? Even though Arsenal has the best defense, they could sneak one in here versus Arsenal. But you know what, guys? I think that Arsenal's still the better team. They're playing better, even with 2 of their stars on the bench injured. I got to go with Arsenal money line here. Give me Arsenal money line at a great rate. Next game, Tottenham versus Brentford. Tottenham versus Brentford. Tottenham is in 11th place, 23 goals scored, 18 conceded. Brentford, 21 goals scored, 22 conceded. Tottenham, bad stretch right now, guys. Last 5 games, they have 3 losses, 2 draws. Brentford has 2 wins, 3 losses in their last 5 games. I like goals here, guys, even though Tottenham hasn't been scoring. Give me over goals in Tottenham versus Brentford. Next up, we have Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Everton, Nottingham Forest. Everton coming off a 1-0 win over Bournemouth. Nottingham Forest, a 1-0 win over Wolves. This one right here is a little tricky. Home team, Everton is plus 122. Nottingham Forest plus 253. I got to go. You know what? I've seen some good things from Everton. I think they get a win here. Give me Everton money line. Everton money line at plus 122. Then we go to Bournemouth, guys. Bournemouth at home, taking on Chelsea, who's in 4th place. Bournemouth is in 14th place, 21 goals scored, 24 conceded. Then we go to Chelsea. Chelsea has 25 goals scored, 15 conceded, and they're playing really well right now. Chelsea coming off a 3-1 loss, 2 leads, though. That was a surprise. They're going to need to get bounced back in the win column here. Bournemouth did lose to Everton. Bournemouth has lost 4 out of the last 5. You know what, guys? This is a good game for Chelsea to bounce back with the big win, and you get a good line here, guys. Give me Chelsea money line. Chelsea plus 100 here to take down Bournemouth on the road. Next up, Newcastle United versus Burnley. Newcastle United coming off a 2-2 draw versus Tottenham. Newcastle's playing well right now. Burnley is not playing that well. They just lost to Crystal Palace 1-0. Burnley is coming off of 5 straight losses. Newcastle has 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw in the last 5. I got to keep it simple here, guys. Give me Newcastle money line as a parlay piece. They're big odds here. Give me Newcastle team total, guys, at home. I like how they play at home. Give me Newcastle team total as a play there. Next up, Manchester City versus Sunderland, guys. This is not going to be an easy game for Manchester City. Manchester City is in 2nd place, trying to keep track with Arsenal. Manchester City has 28 points. Arsenal has 33. Manchester City has 32 goals in 14 games. Manchester City has the most goals in the competition in the England Premier League. They've scored the most goals. Sunderland is in 6th place, 18 goals scored, 14 conceded. They have a good defense. Sunderland coming off a 1-1 draw with Liverpool, guys. Sunderland is not a pushover. Sunderland did beat Bournemouth prior to that. They have been playing very well. They also tied Arsenal, guys. We're talking about a Sunderland team who tied Liverpool and tied Arsenal. I think they could get a goal for sure versus Manchester City. So let's go both to score. And then our final game in the Premier League is Leeds United versus Liverpool, guys. Liverpool, man, the defending champions. I don't know what the heck happened to them. It seemed like they got a better lineup this year, and they're playing like crap. They're not doing well. They're all the way down to 9th place after 14 games. For 14 games, they've scored 21 goals, conceded 21. But they get a good opportunity here versus the Leeds team, who's in 17th place, who's fighting to stay out of relegation. They're in 17th place. They're out of the relegation zone, but if they lose a few more, they could get back in there. They've scored 16 goals, conceded 26. Leeds had a big win versus Chelsea, guys. They showed they could play with the toughest teams. They have 1 win, 4 losses in the last 5. Liverpool have 3 losses, 1 draw, 1 win in the last 5, guys. Last time these two teams faced off, Liverpool won 6-1 versus Leeds. Leeds is at home, and you know what, guys? This should be an easy win for Liverpool, but nothing's been easy. We know them as Liverpool right now. We don't trust them. We may stay off of this game 100% just because we don't trust Liverpool, how they've been playing. But I think Leeds can score a goal versus Liverpool. They've scored goals versus Chelsea. Give me both to score, Leeds and Liverpool. And then moving on, we're going to go to the Italian League, guys. Italian League for Saturday, Sassuolo versus Fiorentina. The lines are screaming here, both to score. Give me both to score, Sassuolo versus Fiorentina. Next up, Inter Milan versus Como. Inter Milan versus Como. Last 2 head-to-head have seen Inter Milan win 2-0. Inter Milan have 3 wins, 2 losses last 5. Como has 3 wins, 2 draws. They haven't lost in their last 5. They're playing very well. They have had 2 draws versus top teams in the last 5. Inter Milan coming off a big win over Venezia. This should be an Inter Milan win. They're minus 192, but it's a little bit tricky, but they are at home. Give me Inter Milan money line. Next up, Hellas Verona versus Atalanta. Hellas Verona is at plus 398. Atalanta is at minus 152. Current standings, Atalanta 12th place. Hellas Verona, guys, they're at last place. Only 8 goals scored in 13 matches. They've conceded 20. Last head-to-head, Atalanta last 5 has never lost to Hellas Verona. Hellas Verona coming off 4 losses, 1 draw last 5. And Atalanta on a three-game winning streak. We got to go Atalanta money line here, guys. Give me Atalanta money line. Next up, La Liga Spain, Villarreal versus Getafe, guys. I got to go Villarreal money line. Next up, Alaves in La Liga Spain. Alaves at home at plus 183 versus Real Sociedad. Alaves has 2 wins, 3 losses last 5. Real Sociedad has 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Alaves and Real Sociedad. Current standings, Real Sociedad is in 10th place. Alaves is in 14th place. The Lions are telling us here that we're going to get goals from both sides. Guys, give me both to score. Alaves, Real Sociedad. And the next game, guys, Barcelona, Real Betis. Should be a good game. Real Betis is in 5th place, 22 goals, 14 conceded. Barcelona, guys, in 1st place. They took the edge. They're in front of Real Madrid. They have 37 points. Real Madrid has 36. Barcelona scored the most goals in this league, 42 goals in 15 games. Real Betis has scored 22 goals. Barcelona has given up at least 1 goal a game, and they are going to Betis. So we could see a both to score. We've actually seen 4 out of 5 head-to-head, last 5 head-to-head go both to score between these two teams. Real Betis has scored in the last 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 8 games, they've scored at least 1. Give me both to score, Real Betis versus FC Barcelona. Then we have Atletico Bilbao versus Atletico Madrid. Atletico Bilbao, 8th place. Atletico Madrid, 4th place. Atletico Madrid won the last head-to-head 1-0. Atletico Madrid has actually won 3 out of the last 5. The last 3 in a row, Atletico Madrid has won. Bilbao coming off a 3-0 loss to Real Madrid. Barcelona did take down Atletico Madrid 3-1, but Atletico Madrid has won 4 in a row in La Liga before facing Real Madrid. Before facing Barcelona. So you know what, guys? I'm going to go Atletico Madrid money line here, plus 120. Let's go with Atletico Madrid plus 120. And we do have an MLS game, but I'm going to save that for the end of the day, Saturday. I'm going to save that for the end of the podcast because I really want to dive into that. We're going to finish off Saturday with Bundesliga. Bundesliga on Saturday. We're going to go to Köln. Köln versus St. Pauli. We're going to go with FC Köln money line in the Bundesliga first game for Saturday, Köln money line. Next up in the Bundesliga, we go to Heidenheim versus Freiburg, and we're going to go with Freiburg money line, guys. Give me Freiburg money line. Augsburg versus Bayer Leverkusen, guys. I'm going to go Bayer Leverkusen is in 4th place. Augsburg is in 14th place. The last head-to-head Leverkusen won. Augsburg has only had 1 win in the last 5 games. Bayer Leverkusen, 4 wins, 1 loss in the last 5. I got to go Bayer Leverkusen here. Give me Bayer Leverkusen for the win over Augsburg. Saturday's Bundesliga. Next up is Wolfsburg versus Union Berlin. Wolfsburg, Union Berlin, give me both to score here. Both to score. Next up, Stuttgart versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is minus 227 versus Stuttgart at plus 473 at home. Bayern Munich, nobody's close to Bayern Munich. They're in first place, 34 points, 44 goals, only 9 conceded. Stuttgart is in 6th place, 21 goals scored, 17 conceded. Bayern Munich has won the last 4 out of the last 5 head-to-head. Stuttgart, the last 5 have 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. Bayern Munich have 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw as well. Bundesliga is a clear favorite here on the money line. We're going to take them on the money line as a parlay piece. Next game, last game. For the Bundesliga, Leipzig versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Leipzig is in 2nd place, 26 points. Eintracht Frankfurt is in 7th place. Leipzig coming off a 3-1 win in the DFB Pokal, 3-1. Eintracht coming off a 1-1 draw versus Wolfsburg. Prior to that, they lost 3-0 to Atalanta in the Champions League. But prior to that, the previous game in the Bundesliga, 2 games back, they won 4-3 to Köln. Prior to that, they had some low-scoring games. This is a tricky one, but you know what, guys? I think RB Leipzig gets back into the win column. Give me RB Leipzig money line minus 135. And let's do a parlay, guys, for Saturday. Let's do a grandma parlay. Grandma parlay. Let me find my favorites. All right, guys, we're going to do 2 favorites here for the money line parlay. We're going to go with Bayern Munich money line, Bayern Munich money line, and there was one more that we liked, and it's going to be, let's see, Bayern Munich money line. There was one other minus 200 that we're looking for here. Bayern Munich money line. What was the other one? There isn't too many heavy favorites, guys, on Saturday. And then ones that I thought were the heavy favorites. I mean, Inter Milan is a heavy favorite, but they are playing against Como, and Como has been playing pretty good. So it's hard for me to take that one because I've seen what Como can do. I think they can battle. They can battle with Inter Milan. So here we go, guys. We'll do Villarreal. Villarreal money line. Villarreal money line. And Bayern Munich money line. We got Villarreal from La Liga Spain. You're going to parlay Bayern Munich from the Bundesliga with Villarreal. And that'll be your grandma parlay for Saturday. Moving on to Sunday soccer action. We do have an Australian game I want to touch. Adelaide United in the Australian Soccer League for Sunday versus Brisbane Roar. Current standings, Brisbane Roar is in second place. They have the best defensive team right now. They've scored 7, only conceded 3. Adelaide, 11 goals scored, 8 goals conceded. And they've had a both to score the last 5 head-to-head. So that's what we're going to do for that game, guys. Give me both to score, Adelaide versus Brisbane Roar. Then we go to Brighton in the Premier League, England Premier League on Sunday, Brighton versus West Ham. Brighton versus West Ham. Seems like Brighton has had their number. West Ham haven't been looking that great right now. They're at the bottom. They did sneak a draw, but they weren't looking too good today. Give me Brighton money line. Then we go to Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Fulham, 3 wins, 2 losses the last 5. Crystal Palace have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw in the last 5. I'm going to go with the both to score here. Fulham versus Crystal Palace. French League, guys, for Sunday. We go to Nice and Angers for the French League. And we're going to go with OGC Nice money line. Then we go to Auxerre versus Metz. Auxerre versus Metz. Auxerre coming off a 1-1 draw. Metz coming off a 1-0 loss. You know what, guys? I got to go with the Auxerre money line. Auxerre money line plus 100. Le Havre versus Paris. These guys are 13th and 14th place. Paris, this is Paris FC. 21 goals scored, 26 conceded. Le Havre, 13 goals scored, 21 conceded. Last head-to-head was a 1-1 draw. Le Havre coming off of 2 losses in a row. Paris FC coming off of 2 both to scores in a row. That's what we're going to do here, guys. Give me both to score, Le Havre and Paris FC. Next up, we have Lorient versus Lyon. Lorient versus Lyon. And we're going to go with a Lyon, Olympic Lyon money line. Olympic Lyon money line there. Olympic Lyon money line. And you know what, guys? I'm going to just throw this in there because I did skip the French League for Saturday. French League for Saturday here. I'm going to just do those real quick. We have Nantes versus Lens. Nantes versus Lens. And Nantes versus Lens, we're going to go with a both to score, guys. Both to score. You know what? I'm going to scratch that, guys, after seeing some things. Give me Lens money line. Give me Lens money line in the French League on Saturday. Then we go to Strasbourg and Toulouse. Strasbourg and Toulouse. And Toulouse has been scoring some goals. Strasbourg has been scoring and conceding. Give me both to score in Toulouse and Strasbourg. And then we do have PSG, guys, minus 370. PSG minus 370 versus Rennes. I did give that grandma parlay in that Saturday, but I just did skip the French League for Saturday. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. My official parlay for Saturday is going to be PSG money line and Bayern Munich money line, guys. So some of you, I know I did say one of the teams from the La Liga Spain, that was only like a minus 160. This is more of a grandma parlay. PSG, so scratch the one earlier. PSG money line and Bayern Munich money line on Saturday is going to be our official grandma parlay. Official grandma parlay for Saturday. All right, let's move back to Sunday. Back to Sunday. Soccer action. We just finished the French league. We're going to go to, we went through the French league and we went through the Spanish league, I believe. Went through the Australian league, French league, and I'm going to pull it up here. Trying to get back to Sunday. We did the Premier League. We did the A League. We did the French League. Let's go to Italy, guys. Italy for Sunday. Cremonese versus Lecce. We're going to go both to score. Cremonese versus Lecce. Cagliari versus Roma on Sunday. Sunday's Italian League. We're going to go Roma, guys. AS Roma money line. Then we got Lazio versus Bologna. I like goals there. Give me over goals in Lazio versus Bologna. Finish off by Napoli versus Juventus, two top teams in the Serie A Italy League. Go both to score, guys. Both to score there. La Liga Spain for Sunday. Elche versus Girona. Elche versus Girona. Elche is coming off of 2 losses, 2 draws, 1 win on penalty kicks. Girona has seen both to score in 4 of the last 5. I got to go with that, guys. Give me both to score. Elche versus Girona. Next game, we got Valencia versus Sevilla. We've seen some low-scoring games between these guys in the last few competitions. So I'm going to go with a under 2.5 goals, Valencia versus Spain. Actually, Valencia versus Sevilla, sorry. Next game, Espanyol versus Rayo Vallecano. Espanyol has dominated this competition there at home. Espanyol has been playing a little bit better. Give me Espanyol money line. Then we go to Real Madrid. Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo coming off 3 losses out of the last 5. I got to go with Real Madrid money line here. Real Madrid money line for Sunday's La Liga Spain finale. And then we do have the Bundesliga, Hamburg versus Werder Bremen. I got to go with the both to score here. Werder Bremen versus Hamburger. And then we go to Dortmund. Dortmund versus Hoffenheim. Dortmund coming off a 1-0 loss in the Pokal. They won 2 out of the last 5 games. 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. Hoffenheim actually playing pretty good. They've won 4 out of the last 5. You know what, guys? I got to go with the over goals here, even though Dortmund doesn't, always cash for us. They've been giving us a lot of pain. I do think Dortmund and Hoffenheim are going to hit the over goals for Sunday. All right, guys, it's the big game of the weekend that I really want to talk about, the MLS final. The MLS final is here. It's on Saturday. Inter Miami versus Vancouver Whitecaps. It's going to be played at Inter Miami. Inter Miami had the most points. Inter Miami, you know who they are. They've got Messi. They've got all the guys. Suarez, he's been on the bench. But they've got some new players. They got Busquets. You name it, guys. They're the team to beat. They're the team that everybody thinks is going to win. They say that the league has been rigged for Inter Miami. But let's look at the lines. Inter Miami is at minus 139. Vancouver Whitecaps plus 292. The last time these two teams faced off against each other, guys, guess who won? Vancouver Whitecaps did, and that was in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Vancouver Whitecaps won 3-1. That was at the beginning of the year in April 30th. They actually played 2 games because they had to play 2 legs. Vancouver Whitecaps, guys, won both of those legs, and it was an aggregate score. Vancouver Whitecaps aggregate score was 5-1. And some of you may ask, wait a minute, was Messi not playing? Well, let me tell you guys, Messi and Suarez both were playing in the first leg, and Vancouver Whitecaps won 2-0, goals by White and Berhalter. So, guys, you cannot count Vancouver Whitecaps out of the picture. Everybody is all up on Inter Miami, thinking that it's rigged for them, but just realize that Vancouver Whitecaps are 2-0 in the last 2 games versus Inter Miami. And the last game that was 3-1, Suarez, Messi, everybody was in there, had a 3-1 win. Berhalter had 2 goals. Veit had 1. White had another goal. Berhalter, guys, has been tearing it up for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and I believe he did score versus San Diego as well in their matchup that got him to where they're at. Actually, no, White scored 2. Cuba scored 1. Actually, no, it wasn't Cuba. It was White scored 2. Who scored the third goal? I don't know why it's not showing up here. I do see the assists, but maybe it was. I think it was. It might have been an own goal. Vancouver Whitecaps 3-1 over San Diego. That's how they got there. Inter Miami is coming off of a 5-1 win, looking very dominant over New York City FC, guys. So the lean that I'm going to give you for this game, the final MLS game of the year, everybody's on Inter Miami. The whole world is on Inter Miami. I think MLS is hoping that Messi can lift the cup. But you know what, guys? The play that I'm going to give you here tonight is both to score. It may be juicy, but that's a lean that I think is going to hit 100% because of the fact that Vancouver can score. They have a great offensive team. They have players that can score from anywhere on the field, and they will be pushing, guys. They're not going to sit back and sit back and wait for Inter Miami. They're going to go forward and they're going to pressure. And Inter Miami's defense isn't that great, and they have a lot of attacking as well. So the play for this game, MLS final, is both to score, guys. And it's hard to say who's going to win. This is going to be a great game. I'm going to be excited. So I'm not going to give you guys a winner. I'm going to keep that for the VIP. Inter Miami, Vancouver Whitecaps this Saturday. It's going to be fireworks. And I'm giving you guys one of the best leans for the game. It may be a little bit juicy, but we're going to go with the boat to score. Inter Miami, Vancouver Whitecaps, guys. May the best team win. And you know what, guys? I don't dislike Messi. He's a great player. Ronaldo's up there too. Best players. Hopefully we get to see both of them in the World Cup this summer. This should be a great game. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be watching it. We will have plays on this game, not just the boat to score, but another play. And I think it's going to be a great game. So let's wait for this game and get excited. Grab your popcorn because there will be fireworks and we will see some goals. Inter Miami, Vancouver Whitecaps. It's going to be a gem of a game, guys. Let's get excited. Once again, guys, my free Telegram is free for everybody. Click the barcode. Hit me up if it's not working. Let me know. Let me get you in. The VIP, get in for the rest of December right now. We're having a lot of games. There's a lot of VIP action. And on the free plays, man, I throw out hockey plays. Oh, I don't think I've lost in over 1.5 hockey first period in quite a while, guys. Those are some of my favorite bets. And I do pick them after reviewing a lot of information. I'm not just picking out of a hat. So get on board with the free Telegram. You want to make the big bucks, make some more money, get on the VIP. Always remember the number one rule when it comes to sports betting. Never bet money that you can't afford to lose because the bad streaks happen, guys. It's like a roller coaster, guys. Gambling is not for everybody, especially sports gambling. You can make some good extra money on it. Watch out for the scams out there. There's a lot of young kids that are promising you everything, making you think you're going to get rich, making you think you're going to get Lamborghinis by sports betting. And when they go on cold streaks, they don't have much to say. They just block you and they market and get new people to think that they're going to be rich and multimillionaires, guys. Not how it works. It's a roller coaster ride. We do win more than we lose, but there are losing streaks. Those do happen, and they happen all the time. So you never know when those are going to come. You got to be prepared. Guys, my exclusive VIP chat is unlike any other VIP chat in the business. It's open 24/7. We're talking, and as soon as I get off this, I'll be in there chatting it up with the clients. We're like a family in there, so get on board. Follow the podcast every week. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Tijuana time. Today was a special time, guys. When you get a chance, like and comment on my reels. It really helps me out with my reach, guys. Thanks again for everything, and let's cash this weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's time to get out your pad and pencil, cause it's time for the GOAT of soccer picks. Here he is, your host, Tijuana Rap.